If you're a grade 11 life sciences learner, then this video is for you. Let's work through a question from the Eastern Cape Paper 1 2025 exam on gaseous exchange. The diagram below shows an alveolus, which is a small hollow air-filled sac located in the lungs. We know that the alveolus is the site of gaseous exchange. Let's have a look at the diagram. We see that there are two arrows, one going in and one coming out of the alveolus. The arrow pointing inwards shows the direction of oxygen entering the alveolus, and the arrow pointing upwards shows the direction of carbon dioxide leaving the alveolus to be exhaled. We also see that there are arrows at the bottom, one arrow pointing from a red blood cell into the alveolus. This is showing us gaseous exchange. It is showing us CO2 moving out of the red blood cell and into the alveolus, and we also see oxygen moving out of the alveolus and into the red blood cell. Now that we've looked at the diagram, I'd like you to pause the video, answer the questions, and then we'll go through the answers. Right, so the diagram below shows us an alveolus. We are then asked to identify the type of movement represented by A. The type of movement is diffusion. So remember that there are three types of movements that can take place across two substances. This can be diffusion, active transport, or osmosis. We know that this is diffusion. Question 3.4.2 says identify and describe two visible features of the alveolus, making it an effective gaseous exchange surface. Now, this is a very important and also a very common question. Now, in order to answer this question, you have to refer to two things. You first refer or you name the physical feature. So remember, it says visible. This means it needs to be something that you can see on the diagram. And second of all, you have to state how that feature allows the alveolus to allow gaseous exchange to take place. So the first feature is that there is a mucus layer present inside the alveolus. So that is one mark. In order to get the second mark, you have to state the function of that mucus layer. So it allows for oxygen and carbon dioxide to be dissolved as diffusion occurs. So there we have two marks. One mark for mentioning the visible feature, a second mark for stating the function of that feature. Point 2, the alveolus is one squamous epithelium layer thick. So this means it is very thin. It isn't a thick structure, it is a very thin structure. Why is this important? It promotes easy diffusion in and out of the wall of the alveolus. This means that CO2 and oxygen can easily diffuse in and out of the alveolus. Point number 3, the blood capillary is only one cell layer thick. So as with the alveolus, the blood capillary that contains the red blood cells is very thin. This also promotes the easy diffusion in and out of the alveolus wall. And finally, it is richly supplied with blood vessels. So, why is this important? It allows for the efficient gaseous exchange of CO2 and oxygen to occur. So, for this kind of question, be specific. Refer to the structure and then explain the function of that structure. Don't only say gases, say CO2 and oxygen, or carbon dioxide and oxygen. And then finally, question 3.4.3, list two ways in which oxygen is transported in the body. So, oxygen can either be transported as oxyhemoglobin or it can be dissolved in blood plasma. Right, so this was a very good question. Question 3.4.2 is a very good test question. So make sure that you can answer this kind of question. I'd like you to give yourself a mark out of 7 and then comment below how much you scored out of 7. Thank you very much.